Hey, how are you? Hope you're all doing well. So, I wanted to kind of talk about the topic of creating your own reality because we create our own reality with everything. And that includes people, places, things, everything that we take, internalize, process that is outside of us, and our experiences. So, our past experiences contribute to our current experiences and our future experiences. And how we see people or what we perceive people to be or how they are, these dependent on what we think about them. So thoughts create reality. Okay, so kind of going from that basis, thoughts create reality. And when we think something about someone or we perceive something about something which is coming from the ego, it can be miscued of what is really happening or going on, because you're standing from the ego point of view, and there is only ego and non-ego. There's only black and there's whites. Duality and non-duality. So it's knowing where and what side you're standing on and from where you're acting from, which is important when you're creating your own reality, because what's going to happen is when you create your own reality through your thoughts, your beliefs, and your patterns, it's going to show up in your reality. And then you're going to believe it because it's showing up for you. So if it's negative, then that's going to keep repeating, even if it's not happening or not true. It's how you're going to perceive it because that's what you put out there in your bubble. And I hope that makes sense. So whenever we see people doing something and it may just be miscued because we don't really understand what's really happening, is just we're taking it from our own view and we may not understand what really is going on or know the whole conversation. We only get bits and pieces of it, but we put our own spin on it from our own perception and our own beliefs and our own views, and then that creates a whole nother reality. And so now that is now your new reality of that person or that situation. And then that's going to keep showing up for you until that belief and perception is no longer chosen. And then something new is going to present. So it's always best to try to be in a place of non-judgment, non-ego, from the lights when you're dealing with people, situations, and places and things, so that your reality doesn't prove you right, your thoughts don't prove you right, and then you're not projecting onto another person something that's not true about them or the situation, because that can make the other person feel really horrible and not good. So knowing when you're doing something that is in that form, you're actually creating karma for yourself because you're going to keep experiencing it in other situations. It's called karma yoga. And so that's coming from a yogi perspective. And so knowing that the reality you're creating is your own karma and what you're going to be recreating for yourself down the road. And you're going to end up recreating that and experiencing it until you choose no longer to experience it. Samsara. The wheel of samsara. Buddhism. So take a look at that. It's really interesting how all these philosophies are different, but they're all the same in their own way, and they are the same thing, but they're just saying it in a different way. So definitely take a look at what your thoughts and beliefs and patterns are, how you're projecting them onto other people, how you're making them feel because of your judgments about them and your perceptions when it's not true, or the situation's not true, or the reality is not true. So I hope that's clear, and take a look at those situations. Happy journeys.